This is the first SPSS video tutorial in which I'll give you an introduction and brief overview. SPSS is a data analysis software system that is used widely in the social sciences as well as other disciplines. These video tutorials are based on these two books. Primarily, this book, the Student Study Guide and IBM SPSS Workbook. Ideally, you should have a copy of this book and follow along as we go through the different steps in SPSS. However, if you do not have a copy of this book, I hope you will still find these videos to be useful. Okay, let's open SPSS. There's a couple different ways to do this. It really depends on what kind of computer you have and what version of SPSS, but I'll just walk you through how it is on my computer. So first off, I keep it in my little menu bar on my Mac. If you haven't done that yet, you go to Finder, Applications, and then you'll see IBM SPSS Statistics. Double click on that, then click on SPSS Statistics, and then it'll open. And you'll notice it says version 29. That's the current version that I'm using here, but there are more recent versions likely after this tutorial was taken. And keep that in mind that SPSS will update different parts of their program. Usually it's not a major difference, but sometimes something that you thought might be in one place will be found in another place. And sometimes unfortunately, the SPSS study guide won't perfectly match what you're seeing. But usually that's not going to be a big deal, especially as you get more comfortable with SPSS. So typically I just close out of this. This is a way to get to files. I just tend to, for whatever reason, I like to just close out of it. And then you'll see the SPSS data view. And if I wanted to open a file, I go to File, Open, or I could just start with a new data set here. At the top of your screen, you'll see the SPSS menu bar. Here's where you'll find important commands that we'll use throughout the tutorials. The first one, File, is where you're going to save data, open data files, create new files. Edit and View, we won't use as much. Data we'll use quite a bit to manage our data file. Transform is where you're going to compute new variables, recode as necessary. Analyze is the most important command. And you'll see there's many different types of analyses that you can do in SPSS. We're only going to cover a portion of these analyses for these tutorials. Graphs I use once in a while to create charts or plots. And the other commands I don't really use that often, although it might be worthwhile for you to just play around and see what's available under each one. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to enter data. If you're ready for that, go ahead and go to the next video. If not, you can close out of your SPSS file. Simply click that out. You do not need to save anything, so I'm just going to click yes, and we're done. See you soon.